happening, and we need to see the good in each other.
And Hamp, I did want to correct you on that. I never said that I didn't say that our community ain't ish or whatever the case. I never said that whatsoever. I don't feel that way. I feel that our community has problems that we need to address. That's what I said. And to answer Isha's point, what do we need to do? I think that we need to do the opposite of what, and it goes back to the video that you played about Dr. Umar. We need to focus on individualism because it starts at the home. That's how we do it. Every last man on this panel is handling his business as a man. We're taking care of our families. We're doing whatever we're doing what we have to do. It starts in the home, and that's how we start to make a difference in our community. Individualism, taking responsibility and accountability for who we are and who we're responsible for.
So you think just like at your, like literally just 1-to-1?
That's the start. Yes. She said, how can we start? And I'm paraphrasing what Aisha said. How can we start to affect change in our community? Aisha, I didn't want to misquote you, but is that what you're asking?
Correct. But, and I don't want to keep throwing around like a trauma response, but like women, it's hard for a woman who is been leading to let somebody lead her. So how do you teach that to a woman, especially when she's been let down so much by the men in the past that didn't lead her right?
The unfortunate fact is that some of our women are lost. They're completely lost. And we got to chalk it up to the game. Hamp said it earlier, Generation X screwed up. And I agree with that. One of the comments said that Generation X didn't screw up. No, Generation X did screw up. Both the men and the women.
We were a product of our environment. We didn't screw up. We were sent out there to take care of ourselves.
No, we're accountable for our decision. We're not a product of anything.
For ourselves because we had to take care of ourselves. Okay, so with that comes mistakes. With that comes with trial and error.
Who made those mistakes?
I just said we made mistakes because we were taught on our own. We was basically sitting out in the woods to take care of ourselves.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. We made the mistakes. We screwed up.
So my thing is, you can't just say it's on us because
it is on us. Who else is it on?
Because we're still learning. We're still learning.
Who else is it on if it's not on us?
That's not going to work, bro. It's not going to work because
You're right, Hamp. It doesn't work long term. And yes, changes have to be made. But what I'm saying is there has to be given some grace because we're still learning.
There is no grace. No, there is no grace.
Oh, okay,
there is no grace. When you're responsible for something and you screw it up, it's on you. There is no grace. That's not the way that the world works.
Gunny,
what fantasy world are you living in?
It's just over and done with. Your life is done. When you make a mistake, it's just over and done with.
Yeah, that's the way that it works. When you commit a crime, you go to jail and you serve your time. And when you're done with your time, you're able to correct it.
So, Gunny,
that's the way the world works.
Gunny,
that's reality. That's what men have to deal with.
Listen, how did Generation X fuck it up?
How did they screw it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to the video. So I want to tie everything back into the video.
Okay.
Can you get the video to play again?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Ham, you gonna play the video or you want me to?
Oh, go ahead.
So one of the ways that men, and I talked about this last week, men screwed it up because we were not responsible for our community. We failed. We failed at raising our families and raising our children. We can blame society. We can blame systemic racism. We can do all these things, but the onus is on us as men. We failed to raise our children and to raise our families. That's why we're in the situation that we're in. That's just one example. The women play a part, but to start, I don't agree with Dr. Umar Harlan on anything, but I definitely agree with that point.
Yeah, what the thing that I was addressing was the conduct and the reason why. But yeah, men need to step up and take responsibility. I mean,
that's the
Mike
piece.
Brown.
Yeah, I think the conduct comes here.
Let me read this super. Yeah, can y'all see the super chats or is it just me?
Yes, we can see.
We see.
Oh, all right, thanks. Mike Brown with the $2 super chat. lower your standards. I think he put that a while ago, just saying like, how do we get some remedy going? I got one more, bro, and then you could jump in, and then I'm gonna play the clip. I feel like we got good context, but Dr. Umar got a unique delivery of information for sure. Omega Green with the $10 super chat. We are the most involved fathers in the nation, make more money than you, and in general have higher IQs despite your earning degrees more than us by 2 to 3%. Try again.
That's cap. But go ahead.
Well,
just to comment on this super chat
mhm.
with the most involved fathers, that is a new fact, but how relevant is that? Is that within the last 5 years? Is that within the last 10 years? Because to Dr. Umar's point, and what Gunny was saying, if we're going back to Generation X, it started there. So now we are trying, with every generation, you know, we improve, we make progress. Yes, that is true for now, but us who were raised the millennials, that was not the situation. It may be true for whatever this young generation is that's coming up. That may be true for them, but for us millennials, that wasn't the case.
So Alex, but that's kind of what Gunny was saying. To Ro, Generation X failed. They gotta accept that. And now he's saying us, like what I was saying when Love was asking me, what have we done? I named all those things except for the IQ thing.
Right.
And yes, I did. I didn't say those things when I was talking.
You
No,
didn't.
I said right. You didn't disagree.
Except for the IQ. No, I'm saying, oh, okay, because Love was shaking her head.
Agreed, and he didn't answer my question. That's what I was saying.
But no, the super chat came because of the question that you asked, and it was answered, right? Damn, I lost my chain of thought. What was I saying? Alice, what did you say?
I was mentioning.
Yeah, so the change is now, right? Because we're talking about current day. The people that have the most impact are probably around our age group. You know, so now we can effectuate the change. To Isha's point, Generation X is done, and I'm not even talking shit. I'm just being honest. You know, they're not producing the kids anymore. They're not really, you know, in the. I guess people still teach, but you know the impact now, right? That's why you see Al Sharpton's words had less and less impact. He kind of faded out. But you know, every basketball player who's relevant can say something. Every rapper who's relevant can say something. You know, even Hove doesn't have the same impact as some of these young cats that got these kids doing the craziest shit in the world. You know, let me read a couple more. I don't feel like we need to play the video. John the Baptist with the $5 super chat. You want to?
Yes.
All right. Maybe black women should spend 4 to 8 years in wife school versus going to college for a career.
We gotta have educators for that.
Yeah. Perfect Wisdom said answer the question. I don't know what that means.
My question. It was
we
referring
answered
to my.
it.
You did not, Hamp. You
Yeah,
did not
we answered it because you keep on saying answer the question, and then I gave you answers you didn't think that you had the authority to accept. You ain't running a goddamn thing.
I'm talking about the.
So the answer that you got is the answer you're gonna get, and you're gonna have to understand it. And then what happened was Omega Green just doubled down on said answer. If you don't want to accept it, that's on you.
I'm not accepting that because the 50%, like you always state, every single week, twice a week, don't
this is
have
not
kids
just
and they're
this.
single.
Fathers is one aspect.
Okay, you addressed the one
Father
aspect.
is one aspect, but what about the other things that are in this chat right here?
Bring up the super chat then. Bring it up, please.
Oh, I unclicked it. All right, hold on. Let me play this. Let me play this clip real quick.
Yeah, play the clip, Jar. Play the clip.
You can't even talk. You're talking like a slave.